So this website, you use the search and enter tournaments. So you can search from here, and you need to select the distance that you wish to go from a specific postcode, and you can also select the events that you wish to check. And you can also select the age, which is senior, but for me, I'm just going to leave it like that. It will come up with all the tournaments, whether they've closed or not, within that date range. So as you can see, some of them there's a lot of tournaments still open. I normally make the page a bit bigger so you can see. Yeah, so you can see all the tournaments that are still up and coming. Some of them are not actually open yet because they normally open them, I think, a month or two before. But you can see that they've been uploaded, so they will have the tournament coming. So like the Suffolk is not, it's not open yet, but you can see that. Yeah, that's mostly because it's here. If you can also use this website for checking the ranking. Checking, so you can see the ranking of the players here. If you click on this, you'll be able to see further to the rankings in the different disciplines. You can also check county matches and scores, and also their results. 19th, right. So let's go through, say for instance, a tournament. My first tournament coming up of the new season is Cambridge, okay? So when you go onto the Cambridge, once you click on it, you can see the venue, contact. You can also see the date of the tournament, and it also lets you know when it closes and what time. Important to check the closing time because some tournaments end earlier than a week, like the Milton Keynes. Once you're here, so say for instance, I've entered now. So normally before you enter a tournament, you can actually click and check to see who has entered. So let's go to another tournament that is coming up. So let's look at this silver here. You can go to event. Oh, well, no one's entered. Okay, let's go back to the Cambridge. Okay, so say for instance, the Cambridge, so you're here. Generally what you would check, you wouldn't check seeding or anything like that, you would check events. So when you go to the events, you click on which discipline. So let's say for instance we click on mixed doubles. Normally this here is not here until a day before, so normally on the Thursday or the Friday. But you can see all the pairs who have entered. If you haven't got a partner, normally you're by yourself, just in case someone gets injured. Okay, so let's go back to the event. So once you click on the event, so let's say mix, you now, because it's the tournament is tomorrow, you're able to see the different groups. So let's say, for instance, you can see here, I'm playing tomorrow, and my first match is at 3:30, and my second match is at 7:30. Bloody hell, it's late. And you will be able to see who else you're playing in that group. You're also able to click on the player, and then you can see all your tournaments. And then you're also able to click up here a little bit further, and you would be able to see, okay, say for instance, I've played 14 mixed double matches ever. I've lost all my mixed matches this year, and done a little better in the men's doubles. You can also see your ranking for each discipline. So for men's doubles, 108, and for mix as a man, I'm 112. Then you can also check the matches that I've played, the last matches that I played. So the last matches I played with the Middlesex Seniors Silver, and as you saw, I lost all my matches, and this was a silver, so one match, one game. If you lose, you're out. I lost both matches, and it also has the score up there. So this is another good feature that the website has, that even if you're not turning up to the tournament. So say for instance, let's go back to this main page here. I'm logged in, as you can see up here. And last week I didn't go to the Milton Keynes Senior, but I was checking the results. So what I was doing is you go on the website, you check events, and what will happen is someone will be updating this hopefully through the day. Some of the guys, depending on how busy the tournament is, depends on how quick they really update. Some days it could be a couple of days after. So starting from there, you could go into the groups, and you can see what the scores are. Or you can just go to the table, the knockout stages. So if you go straight to the knockout stages, so if you saw that again, you could rewind the video, and you can see who got out their groups, so who won their groups, because it was the top person to go through their groups. And then you'll see the scores here. So these two played each other, these two won, and so on. And as you can see here, it went straight to quarters, semis, and finals. It doesn't always go that way, so let's look at another event. So normally the women's doesn't have as many entries. So say, for instance, the women's here only had 2 groups, which means it would have gone straight to the final. Yeah, so it went straight to the final, and it was a best of 3. Look like a good game. Okay, last year I had to search the tournaments online. This is how I found them, through searching on the Badminton England tournament software website. I found the calendar about 2 weeks ago for the new year, which was a lot more helpful. So when you go onto the Badminton England website, you just want to click on compete, and then you will see that they have a players calendar, and that will tell you all the matches from 2018 to 2019, so the new season. I actually think I have it open here. Okay, so this is actually a really good document. So you can see all the BWF matches. So these are all the national matches that you have, the dates that they'll be played on, or the weeks commencing. So say, for instance, it starts on the 30th of June, and let's say, for instance, like the Yonex All England, most of you guys would have heard or known about that. It tells you what date, what weekend that is, and all the other tournaments that the international players will play. As you scroll to the side, you will actually then see all the tournaments that we've been talking about, which is the gold, silver, bronze, and tier 4. It also lets you know which weekend. Again, you can see the date of the weekend, and say, for instance, next weekend is the week starting is the 28th, or ending is the 28th. I don't know. The weekend's the 28th, basically. And as you can see, CA stands for Cambridge. There is a key on the side here, which lets you know what those abbreviations are for. So what I did this year is, at the beginning of the season, I've highlighted all the tournaments or areas that I don't mind going to that are not too far. So Cambridge, Middlesex, Hampshire, just so that I know, Milton Keynes, so that I know what the abbreviations are. And then now what I'm able to do is check all the tournaments throughout the year and see which ones I want to enter. So now I know this year, say for instance, I'm looking to enter 11 tournaments, mainly bronze and a couple of silvers. But it's really good for planning the year, because I work weekends. I like to know if I need to take it off or swap a shift. But yeah, it's a really good tool. You've even got the Bucks up here, which is the uni tournament, which happens every year. Yeah, but this calendar, I'd say download it, save it, print it out, and then just go through it. See if you're looking to play tournaments, in particular the tier 4, because it's first come, first serve. It's very important that you enter early. The Milton Keynes has already passed, so the next one would be the Kent, and that's the closest. That would be the closest one to London. After that, it's Hull, and then it's got TVWO. I'm not sure what these are both on the same weekend, so you decide which one. I think there'd be different parts of the UK. And then you have SK and HA. Not sure what that is. And then there's another Hull again. But yeah, do take a look at this website and download the calendar. I will put the link for the Badminton England website and the Badminton tournament software down below. Okay, let's go back to here. We can look a bit more at the group. So normally when you go on the website, it will show you what you've last visited. So you can see for the Cambridge how many pairs have actually entered. So there's a lot of people entered for men's singles, not so many for mixed and men's doubles. So as a result, when you go to mixed, if you go to the senior, you can see that it goes straight to quarters, then semis. And because of the odd numbers, some pairs will get a bye. If you wanted to check, just go straight onto the website. You can also check who won. So this was last week, and you can see all the winners, what their ranking is. Normally ranking points don't come up for a couple of weeks, I think it is, or the end of the month. Look at the ranking. So when you go on the ranking page right here, you can see it only shows you 10, and then if you wish to see more, so say for instance, let's go to men's doubles, and it will just give you the ranking and everyone's name, who they are, how many their date of birth, how many points they have, and also how many tournaments they've played. Generally, if they've played less tournaments, but they're quite high ranking, then they've won those tournaments, and they've also won all of their tournaments. Okay. But yeah, that was basically the Badminton England website. I hope that was made it a bit easier to understand. Just being on the website, you can also, one thing I forgot is that here, when you are logged in, generally I do favorites. So you can see, I don't know if I've done all my favorites for this season, but as you can see, I've saved some tournaments that I do wish to enter, as well as marking it on the calendar, which I didn't have before. Before, I used to just save it in the favorites. So you can see Oxford, Essex, Suffolk, Kent, Milton Keynes in August. That's the one I'm playing in 2 weeks' time, and so on. This just, gives you a better understanding. We've got club up here. Nothing comes up there. Okay. What else? You also sometimes get messages from, depending on your entry. And this was the last tournament I played. They got a message, but that's very rare. Normally, you actually get an email which says your date and so on. Player level, E and F. So I can still play in the tier 4 for mixed, but I wouldn't be able to play for men's doubles. Okay, so yeah, that is the website. I hope that made it a lot easier. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. Thank you. Okay, that was the Badminton England tournament website. I hope that made it a lot easier for you to navigate the page and just gave you a better understanding of how the website works. Okay, just a little bit about the day. Normally it starts with singles, but it can also be level doubles or mix. Starts normally at 9 o'clock, so it can be a long day if you're playing 2 disciplines. I would say bring food and generally just enjoy the day, as it can go on for. The day generally starts with singles, although that can change and sometimes will be mixed or level doubles. But that generally does start quite early in the morning, so 9 o'clock. So depending on the distance, it can be a very, very long day with a very early start. So I would recommend that you bring food. You'll often see people studying at the tournaments during the academic year because they know it's going to be a long day. You can wait quite a while between the matches. As you saw, my scheduled wait was 4 hours between my mixed matches. That is a rarity. All season last year I played and I never had a wait that long in between matches, so don't take that as the norm. And generally just make the most of the day. There's not that much other that happens really than actually playing badminton. You'll play your matches and you'll go home, but you generally do see these guys, the same people over and over again at the tournaments. So depending on the distance, sometimes people do, if you know enough people go in, they do stay over and make a weekend of it. You've got the tournament on the Saturday in somewhere like Cambridgeshire. You don't need to come back to London if you're not doing anything on the Sunday. But yeah, that's generally it. Not really much to talk about actually what does happen on the day. Each tournament's different, but generally it's pretty straightforward. They call your number, or they tell you what court you're on. Every tournament has a different system. Anyway, enough of me jabbering on. I hope that made it a lot easier. Please comment and let me know of any videos that you would like to see in the future. And yeah.